The artist recreates the world.
It's important that you don't let up. Like you don't take your foot off the neck of progression. Like you gotta. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. You know, like it's not. Oh, everything's going good. Just let it slide. No, nothing slides. Like that's how, because that builds up. That builds up, and that's how implosion and self-destruction and corrosion happens, man. Like you gotta stay. Like excellence is excellence. Like it just alright, it's still half-assed. You know, like if we promoting excellence and that's really what we about, let's stand on that. If something's not right, speak on it. Let's address it. Let's fix it. Then we can move on. Because then everything's good.
Well, welcome to Artist Recreates the World, and you've already got. Introduce yourself. Your stage name, your real name, or however you want to go.
My name is Yasir Hall. I'm from Jersey, born in Newark, raised in Camden, and my name is my name.
So, I met you way back, 2015?
Yeah,
I haven't known you long.
Coffee Cave.
Oh, this is another young man, who saw me sing way back in the day.
Yeah, that was the hit. Yo, nah, that was the first. Yeah, I remember that.
That was Sean's joint.
Yeah, that was the first. Yo, that was the first time I met you. Like, you had your camera and you sung. You sung, man. Yo, yo. My bad.
But it was you, and who else was singing it? Walker.
Oh, Paper.
Yeah.
Paper was singing.
Right.
Louis was here. Louis was still up here. Louis was still singing.
Right.
Paper got Shaheed to sing.
Right.
Like it was. Oh man, that was. We didn't even know what was happening when that was happening.
Right.
All of that greatness in that room, man. Like,
and we were just talking about what Sean is doing, like last night, him and Queen. So thanks, man, for coming by. You know, this was an impromptu.
This is an honor, man. Really.
I like what you said about just touching the artists and giving them that mentorship, that overview. You know, because I can't see myself. I really can't measure myself. And so when people ask me or they tell me, "Oh, you're doing well," I don't know what that means. You know, it's like almost if you do a song and somebody said, "Well, how was it?" It's hard for you to measure it because you just do it technically or if you feel it. But it's up to the people that receive that artistry that they can say, "Yo, you was killing that," or "I felt that." You see what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate you because what you said that I give to the artists, that really encourages me. That helps me to keep up the work. So now back to you. I heard you were in New York or something. Somebody was telling me you had a Broadway show. What was going on?
Oh, I just did a show in Brooklyn.
All right.
That was nice, man. Shout out to Major Stage. But they had put me on, and I killed it. I mean, it was dope.
Where can we see it recorded?
You know what? Some people recorded it, and he's supposed to email it to me, but everybody was like turning up after the show, like all the artists. So we was like, out, bro. I have no idea where that footage is. Like I'm pretty sure Major Stage has the footage. Like, and it was a great show.
I'm sure it was. Now, don't hit our production table because we don't have a production crew. We don't have a tripod. We're still rolling the solo.
Man, I like this.
Wow. 2015. So what was your state of mind? Because you were good back then.
In 2015?
Yeah. You were singing. You sang a cappella too, right?
Yeah, but I was more so trying to impress people back in 2015.
Yeah.
I was still in that stage.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of riffing stuff, a lot of riffs and extra stuff.
Like it was like I came around because honestly Shaheed made me and we come. Like we met him the first time and he was like, "Yo, y'all gotta come here." Like, so we started coming around more and like we loved the energy and we did. It's different, man. Like, you know, it's still a classism within every ism. It's classism.
I like that.
So that, like,
well said.
Being street kids, man, we always had that underlying fear of being rejected by them. Like, even though we didn't know people, we didn't know that scene existed, but that rejection, we didn't know how we would have took that, so we really tried our best to keep up with the flow. You know, like, if everybody's doing poetry, cool. You know, if that's the emphasis, if it's black love, we're going to do that. If it's an issue that we touch on, we're just here to support and fortify whatever the movement is.
Right.
After that, we realized Because me and Lou were together every day. Like,
yeah, I know. Yo, we're really
that's
close.
that's my brother. Shout out to Louis Virgo, man. Like, that's
Louis.
Yeah.
Louis.
Brother.
Oh my God.
Louis in the South right now, man.
I know. I said Louis. Oh, Louis would be in coffee caves. I'd be trying to work. He'd be singing them songs with their lyrics. I was like, Louis, what's going on with the lyrics, man? He let it go.
Yeah, Lou's a special guy, man. He's crazy, and he always gets on my nerves. Like, he will forever get on my nerves. But that's how I know he's improving himself. Yeah. But it was a when you realize that people are people, you know, and you kind of become disillusioned with this ideal that you have, and it's like it was weird because it was like we were disappointed, but we knew we couldn't be, so we became disappointed in ourselves, and that's when we first went away because we didn't know, like we didn't understand what was happening right then and there. So
that's a good point.
By the time I came back, it was like I was just accepting people for who they were, myself included. You know, like I stopped putting that unnecessary pressure in myself to control every process of every person, how they digested the experience of me. Feel me?
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's like you walk into somebody, you want to be seen as your best, but you can't control that. All you can do is control the intentions. Feel me?
This is why I love to do these interviews, because it's the artists that be blowing up stuff. Because that stuff you just said right there, that could save a lot of people a lot of time and headache and heartache if they just listen. Because we're just talking through experience, and it's not that we know everything, but it's just that the technology and the YouTube, it allows us to put this information out here so other artists can see and know, and maybe just do some introspection, maybe find out, maybe be able to tweak where you are.
Just be honest, like to all artists, just be honest with yourself. Like you have to be, especially if you're a part of a community or a group or any relationship period, you have to be honest with yourself. Like with your intentions, especially with your intentions, man, because that actually, like people feed off of that, people grow off of that. Like you run into somebody, if you're going to be fake about, like if you're just trying to make a connection to further your career, be honest about that so that person can help you do such. Because if they thinking, oh, okay, this person wants to be like, you know, like build a meaningful, like a relationship, like some sort of intimacy there, like as far as letting you into their life, they may not, like helping you with your career may not be their main priority. They may worry about how you feeling, you know. But if you come to them and say, yo, I'm trying to get my career to XYZ, they may be able to help you better because of that honesty and your intentions in it. Like if we for the community, and this is what we want to be, like a great community, we have to stay on top of every aspect of this community. I'm not saying be dictators, but still sharp and still, man. Like we gotta continue to get better. Like no slacking. That's what it is. There's no lacking whatsoever. Like in my camp, like we can't afford that because we know where we come from.
What are your feelings about us being properly compensated in this kind of environment?
I feel like we're getting robbed.
Oh well, we are getting robbed.
Well, I'm about to say like robbed, like without a mask and we holding it out. Like it's crazy. Like you know who I'm learning a lot from as a rapper? My bad. You know who I'm learning a lot from as a rapper? Like
he said without a mask.
Word, we holding it back. It's like, you know what it's like? Casanova had a like he painted a real good picture. He a rapper, Casanova 2 times. He used to rob people, right? But he would have a shotgun, but he would it would be bulletproof glass, like in the place, but the people would still give him the money.
Wow.
You know, and that's, you know, but it's the shock factor, the fear, the innate thought of, I see a gun, I see this person, this is going to happen, so let me just comply. We got to get out of that mentality, man, because, like, shout out to Lyle, man, Negros Americanos, because he is grinding. Like, and I'm not talking about just the music, I'm talking about as far as performance. Like, the shows that he putting on, like, he supports people, and he gets and that's the support he gets. Like, that's what he goes on. He's not trying to reach for the biggest bag in the room. He's reaching for the most authentic. That's right there. That he knows every string that comes along with it. He knows the individuals involved, and he's okay within himself to perform there. Like we chase money and we sacrifice a lot in the name of money, man. Like especially artists, like we are starving artists, man. That's the reality of it, man.
Yeah, no, you're right on. I was just talking to Jerry again, and we were talking about this arts festival. And we're saying now, at the end of the 3 days or 4 days, what's the end results? Who has money coming in? Who's looking for a check? Are the artists looking for checks because their art is selling, or is it because of the institution based on what they did, or they getting checks? And it goes down to the money part. Who's looking out for you? Like you said, you got to be on this joint in terms of how we're getting monetized as artists.
I mean, we are the wave. Like, that's the thing. Like, artists create the wave. Like, you got to smack your hand in the ocean first in order to create those ripples. And that's what we do that on the daily. If you painting, if you writing, if you rapping, you're taking your actual life. I don't care how you look at it. These things are a part of your life, and you're giving it to people.
Right.
A lot of times for free, and you just asking for donations. That's not cool. Like, we support each. Like, we're really keeping each other afloat. You know, you know what? Even me, like, I move around crazy. Like, the way I move is just different. But I see people that's like at every event handing out their money. Like, people work hard for these checks, and people work hard on their art. It's sacrilegious to not be compensated for that. Like, you rapping about, like, you painting your pain, like your most intimate thoughts, and it's like, what? Like, people charge you to listen to that. Why not charge people to get that reaction? Like, the game is to be sold, man. Like, love is love. Our love and our respect, our loyalty, that's free, but we still earn that. Feel me? We earned that. It's not a maintenance fee on it, but we earned that. Like, shout out to all the artists in Newark. Shout out to Gary, man, because we've been through things that have paid for these relationships and these intangibles that can't be seen. Like, these are the things we pay for with our lives. So when we give art, like, or when we portray our art, when we perform, when we display, when you put on a gallery opening, they need to come out of pocket. Like, they got to, man, because if they, like, that sets a precedent. Like, if they don't, that sets the precedent. They're not gonna go anywhere we aren't. And I think that's the biggest power. It's like, even as black people, it's like America would never let us leave because we are the ticket. Like, we're the selling attraction. As much as they want to say, oh, let's go back to Africa, never happened. Remember Marcus Garvey tried that? He's like, oh, let's just get a boat and go back to Africa. Nah, son. Feel me? Like, too much without imagine America without Jordan, LeBron. Feel me? Like, and that's just sports, the music, the art, James Baldwin, Frederick Douglass. Like, come on, man. Like,